This is Gilbert Andrew Garcia. Listen to my radio show, A Tip from Gilbert. Talk, inspiration, and prayer every Monday from 11 a.m. till noon on Houston's gospel leader, KWWJ. 1360 AM and streaming live on kwwj.org. Listen on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and streaming live on kyokradio.org. KCOH 1230 AM, The Source. On San Geek Radio 95.1 FM 1460 AM. And Aliento Radio 101.7 FM and 1540 AM. Call in at 832-570-8075 and follow me on social media. See you then. All right, Houston, this is Gilbert Andrew Garcia of A Tip from Gilbert, Talk, Inspiration, and Prayer, with an incredible announcement because I happen to be out of town today, Monday. I won't be on Monday's show. So if you're seeing it before Monday I won't be on the show because I'm going to be the guest anchor on CNBC this Monday at 12 o'clock Central. So we still have a tip from Gilbert, and I'm so happy to report I'm going to have 2 guests that are going to be running the show for me. So please keep calling and calling and calling. We're going to have State Representative Christina Morales, who of course was in Washington during all the hubbub with Austin. She's phenomenal. And then we have State Representative Ron Reynolds, head of the African American Caucus. Phenomenal state reps, both of them. Believe me, they may not be as good as I am, but they're gonna be better. So come to A Tip from Gilbert. You'll hear it starting now. And I'll see you next time.
So welcome, everybody. We're excited to be here to fill in for Gilbert at A Tip from Gilbert show. And I want to welcome my colleague and thank you for being here with me, Ron Reynolds. And congratulations, you're now the chairman of the Black Caucus.
I don't know if it's hey, I might be asking for condolences after a while. It's a lot of work, but Christina, I'm so excited to be here in this beautiful studio, guest hosting for Gilbert, who is on the East Coast. I cannot wait to tune in to CNBC to watch Gilbert today at noon.
Me too.
Yes. So I know Gilbert is on the line. So, hey, I thought we had the show by ourselves.
I know,
He's going to
Gilbert.
outstage us when he invited us. Come on, Gilbert, give us a break, man.
You know I can't let go. Houston, I know you're in good hands. Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Houston, I know you're in great hands. Listen, Ron Reynolds is just an icon. The guy's been everywhere. You know, I think there's 5 of them. and then as far as Christina Morales, I mean, her family has been, part of the East End history for, 100 years. And of course, she also is an icon. And so there's no better people I would love to be on, taking over this show today than the 2 of you guys.
You're so
and
kind.
hopefully I want everyone to call in. You know the number. Make sure you call in. That way they have a lot of rhythm and a lot of flow. And I know that Christina's going to talk a little bit about what it was like to go be in D.C. hiding out as a political outlaw. And right, she's a political outlaw, Representative Reynolds.
Yeah, she
and then
was.
Ron Reynolds is going to talk about, of course, what's on the agenda for the Black Caucus and what are we going to see here in the next legislative session. And then, of course, I'll be on CNBC in an hour. So I'm going to go grab my Uber right now.
Yes.
So I wanted to say, guys, thank you for filling in. Houston, no matter what, make sure you register to vote.
Yes.
You know who to vote for, but I'm not going to get into all that. At the end of the day, make your voice heard. Vote, vote, vote. And if you're not registered, golly, register. People suffered and were beaten up on bridges to get this right to vote. So please register to vote and vote. So I'm going to sign off now, Representative. Take over.
Knock him dead, Gilbert.
Yes,
Knock him
Gilbert.
dead, man.
We wish you the best today.
All right, brother. Thank you. Well, Christina, it is such a blessing and a privilege to serve with you in the Texas legislature. We've shared some ups and downs, some trials and tribulations, but through it all, having folks like Gilbert behind our back and people like Mauricio and Daisy and other constituents, it really propels us to keep fighting even though we have obstacles. But my faith teaches me, like David versus Goliath, that we can slay any giant with the faith of a mustard seed. And it's great to have warriors like you that aren't afraid to speak truth to power, that are willing to be on the front line and make some, in the spirit of John Lewis, some good trouble. And we got into good trouble in DC, as Gilbert was just talking about, when we fled the state of Texas to go to DC to fight for the precious fundamental right to vote. What was that experience like for you?
Well, it was an amazing experience. And, as you recall, many of our colleagues really did try to work with those folks who filed that election bill and
that voter suppression bill, that Jim Crow 2.0 bill.
I was trying to be nice about it, but yes, that voter suppression bill was horrible. And you've been in the legislature longer than I have, and I've heard that there were many sessions where people were working together. In that half a session I served in 2019, I did see a lot of people working together from both sides of the aisle. But when we were not heard, we had no say so. All of the amendments that we tried to present were not accepted. They left us no choice but to leave.
Absolutely.
All right.
And so I know we'll get into some more of that, but I was informed we have a caller on the line. We have Thelma. And Thelma,
Yes,
thank you for
yes,
calling
yes,
in.
yes,
Thank
Mama
you.
Scott.
Hey, oh my
Mama.
gosh. Mama Scott. Wait a minute. Oh my goodness.
Only Mama
Hey, good morning, Mama Scott.
Good morning.
Thanks for calling in.
Yes.
What's on your mind this morning? Hey, what a blessing. What a treat. I had no idea that you were going to be calling in this morning.
Y'all know y'all got my son on there and
Well, listen, you get the prize for being the first caller because Gilbert, this is his show, so he wasn't officially a caller. He was giving some announcements and instructions, but you get the prize for being the first caller to call in today.
Yay.
Let me tell my story. I'm coming in and invite y'all to come out to the showdown of the year, baby.
Let's hear it. When is it?
Showdown. It's our Diversity Olympics Educational Spirit Day at HISD Dyer Stadium, 2020 Magnum. We're going to have about 4,500 students out there, and they're going to be challenged. We're going to have about 60 police officers out there. It's going to be a challenge. Let me tell you what the challenge we're going to have. First of all, we're going to have a band. We're going to have a battle of the band. And the band that wins go down and get a proclamation with Mayor Sylvester Turner. But we're going to have 100-yard dash. We're going to have a tug of war, bean bag. We're going to have soccer racing. We're going to have a hula hoop contest, great entertainment by K-Dog. We're going to have health and wellness because we have to do that mental health stuff. So it's going to be a showdown. Y'all come on out and pump up my kids so they can beat these police officers.
What's the date? Give us the date and time.
Yes.
I'm going to give it to you. Son.
Okay.
Hold on.
That sounds like so much fun.
Wednesday, October 19th from 9:30 to 1:30. Come on out.
Oh, that's this week. Okay.
Yeah. Then the booths up for free. Just come on out. You can't come out there without a tent, your tables and chairs, and you have to donate a case of water for our kids. So come on out and have some fun. Who don't want to come to a free event for just a case of water? You can't beat that.
Wow.
And it's open to everyone.
It's open to everyone.
A case of water.
Come on out, case of water. Come on out and enjoy the challenge. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, you know what?
Let me tell you about our sponsors who come out there and really have a good time. And there's Centerpoint Energy and UPS. They come racking, baby. They come ready to go.
Well, Miss Scott, I have an idea I want to pitch to you.
Okay,
There's this state representative, and she has a body like Beyonce. I think we should enter her in the hula hoop contest. What do you think about that? Yes. Okay. Well, that's Representative Christina Morales. So I think you just been drafted.
Oh my God, Ron, really?
Listen,
I haven't seen a hula hoop in years.
Hey, Mama Scott, we got you.
That sounds like so much fun.
Won last year. Representative Ron, yes, I forget his name, but one of the sheriff department beat all the kids.
Wow.
That man know how to hula hoop, baby.
Really? Well, I think we got somebody that may be able to give a run for his money.
I'm going to start practicing tonight.
Hey.
Yes.
It's for the kids.
Yeah.
Do it for the kids.
I cannot get out there, Mama Scott. I can't get out there, baby, but I tell you what, I can hula. And and I can hoop, baby.
Hey,
Nice.
all right. So 400 to 500 students. This is gonna be this Wednesday from 9:30 to 1:30, and the location again.
2020 Magnum, Dyer Stadium. It's not the Del Mar Stadium, it's Dyer. Both stadiums on the same property, but not the big stadium, but the little stadium right behind the administration building. Right behind there is where we're gonna be. Just come on Magnum and you're gonna see all the buses and all everybody. Just come on out and have it and support the kids. Support the kids.
Well,
and listen, I need to ask one question. If anybody pump this up for me, son, you got anybody need to want to like to sponsor a bus? We have to pay $250 for the bus, and we have about 19 buses coming out there, maybe about 20. So that's the only thing HISD asked us to, because they have to pay a driver to come and drive the bus after they drop the kids out there to go and get on another bus. So we asking anyone who like to sponsor a bus for $250. Come on with.
All right. Well, Mama Scott,
we accept our money. We accept our money.
I'm gonna sponsor 2 buses for you. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I want you to challenge. I want you to challenge the state representative.
I'm gonna have to match that,
Oh,
and I'll sponsor another 2 buses.
Wow.
So you got 4
Look at that.
buses.
You got 4 buses right there.
You already made a down payment, $3,500, but we got some more money we need to give HISD. HISD is on the ball. I love it.
Well, we thank you for calling in, and we're so happy to support you.
Let me say something. Give a shout out to that superintendent.
The superintendent?
Second.
Yes.
The man is awesome. We surprised him last Thursday with superintendent of the year. So let's give him a shout out.
Woo, congratulations. That's a blessing.
Thank you.
Well, we hope to see him there on Wednesday.
All right.
All right.
Come on with me.
And tell him to bring his hula hoop.
And hey, I want to give a shout out to my friend I've been knowing for 35 years, Miss Edna Griggs.
Yay. All right, Miss Scott, Mama Scott, thank you so much for calling. And we're so grateful for your leadership, for always giving back to the community, for the students, for the seniors, for those who are disabled and challenged, and specifically for the mental health community. You have been a champion for the Barbara Jordan endeavors for many years, recognized by our own Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee and Mayor Sylvester Turner, and Representative Morales and I are so proud of you. So thank you again, and have a blessed day. And we will definitely look forward to getting that contribution for you. You got 4 buses right here from this show.
All right, now, and I'm looking for y'all to come out there and do y'all thing on Wednesday. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
All right.
We'll be there.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Listen, wait, before we go off, right quick, our special guest. Let's say about our special guest.
Who's that? You got
Mr. Nate Griffin, the #1 sports person. Mr. Nate Griffin will be out there. He's gonna be out there during the time we're gonna do the 100-yard dash and tug of war. He'll be handling that. So let's give him a shout out.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Nate Griffin.
Sports announcer, Mr. Nate Griffin.
All right. You got it all in, Miss Scott. All right. Have a blessed day. All right. We love you. All right. Bye-bye.
We have another caller, I believe.
Woohoo!
A tip one.
Muhammad, the floor is yours. Muhammad, go right ahead.
How you doing, Ron?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh man, I hear I'm trying to do some good, bro. Do some good.
Well, we're so delighted that you call in this morning. What's on your mind?
Oh, I just wanted to thank everybody and Gilbert and the whole crew for their support and attendance at our 32nd annual banquet on October 7th. We had a wonderful time. It was capacity, wasn't a seat left in the house. And we just had a really good time, man. So I really wanted to thank all the support I've been getting from the guys over at Gilbert's operation. He's been a staunch supporter of the Acres Home Chamber and the things that we're trying to do. So I just want to really call and say thank you.
You know, I think that's so important that we give thanks to those who are paying it forward, and Gilbert certainly is worthy of that. But it always means so much when people show appreciation and gratitude, because as you know, there's so many ungrateful people. You do stuff for them, and even though you don't do it for them to thank you, it's just nice just to be acknowledged, right? For you don't have to do it. So Gilbert certainly has a big heart, and he always gives back to the community, blesses so many people with his finances and his time, his talent, and his treasure. And so I know it means a lot for you to call the show and to publicly thank him, so that people know that this is a good man that gives back. So it's so it means a lot for you. You didn't have to do that this morning, but thank you so much for calling in just to share that. And I don't know if anything else is in your mind, but you have the floor, and I've known you for many years. You've also been giving back for many years, helping out, always volunteering, always consistently in the trenches, making some good trouble, stirring stuff up on the front line. And I mean, you've done a lot over the years, and you had to slow down, man. You must be aging backwards.
I'm trying to, man. I'm trying to. I wanted to also let the public know that we are having our monthly luncheon this Thursday from 11 to 1 at the Acres Home Chamber, 6112 Wheatley Street. And one of the major developers, there's a lot of development taking place in Acres Home. And one of the major developers, one of their representatives is going to actually speak at the networking luncheon and be there to talk about what's going on with the developments that's taking place and answer questions from people as to what's going on in the future for Acres Home. So really want to invite everybody to come out. It's going to be some excellent information, and he'll be there to answer some of the many questions there are about a lot of this development that's taking place in Acres Home.
Well, thanks for giving that shout out. So this Thursday from 11 to 1 at the Acres Home Chamber.
Right.
All right. And you said the address is Wheatley. Give the address again for those who don't know where it is.
6112 Wheatley Street.
All right. In the heart of Acres Home.
The heart of Acres Home.
All right, brother. Well, hey, we appreciate you calling and sharing that information. But I know Gilbert is be grateful to know that you're acknowledging what he's doing for the community, and certainly my colleague and I appreciate you calling in the show today.
Yes, thanks for calling in.
Yeah, absolutely. And keep up the good work you're doing. You yourself owe the debt of gratitude, man, for your service. So,
man, you're too kind. I just tell me where to mail the check at. All right, brother. Well, have a blessed day, man.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna try to make it out there on Thursday.
Please do.
Okay.
Please
all right.
do.
All right.
All right. I think we have another caller, and it's one of our colleagues,
Woohoo!
John Rosenthal, State Representative.
A tip one.
Rosenthal. Are you there, John?
Yes,
Hey, thanks for calling in.
of course. Good morning. Good morning.
Good
morning.
morning.
I can't believe we got a treat,
I
Christina.
know.
You
Look at
must have
that.
planned this. If I was on a show by myself, I wouldn't hear from him. But because we got Christina in the house, John said, I'm gonna call up in there.
John, it was great. I saw you earlier this week, and you're just you're a treat to hang out with.
Well, thank you. Of course, I feel the same way about you. And here, I'm so happy to get to talk to you all today. I thought I was going to be talking with Gilbert, but this is even better.
Oh.
We can have us a little legislative roundtable.
Hey.
Surprise.
No, it's cool. I didn't even know y'all were going to be on. So I'm overjoyed to get to talk with you. I really am.
Well, tell us what's on your mind,
Yeah,
bro.
what's going on?
I'll tell you exactly what's on my mind. So I have been out and about, and of course out talking to voters all the time and all that stuff. And one of the things that seems to be on people's minds, other than the whole big hot topic issues that we're all talking about all the time, is people are feeling tentative about dealing with discrimination and bigotry and violence, right, against marginalized or disparaged, misunderstood communities. And so I'm always thinking, it makes me think of my favorite Martin Luther King quote, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that.
I love that quote.
I do too, right? And so the conversation I want to have is how we can link arms together as communities. When they come for one of us, they need to find all of us. You know what I'm saying? So when we see anti-immigrant sentiment, rhetoric, we see anti-Asian, anti-Black, right? We see Islamophobia, anti-Semitism, transphobia. To me, it's all the same hate, and we're not going to effectively combat that with hate. We have to operate. We can be fierce, but we have to operate out of our love for each other and our love for community.
Yes, I totally agree with you. And one of the things that we worked on last session was passing a bill to make sure that students in the Texas public high schools were exposed to ethnic studies, because we don't understand each other's ethnicities, cultures, heritage sometimes, and we need to embrace everyone regardless of their background. And I appreciate you calling in and bringing it up, because as we come into the midterm elections, it feels like certain people are trying to divide us even more.
That's right. Yeah, I agree. And John, you are addressing the elephant in the room, and I really love the fact that you are of a different race and a different faith than Christina and I are. And I think it really helps when we all come together in unity, saying the same message. I mean, John, and you've been out there on the front lines with me talking at HISD about discrimination with that coach and that issue with the baseball players. We were out there. And the fact that you come out there as someone of a different hue, it helps bring a different feel to the conversation, because it's easy for Black and brown people to denounce racism and discrimination when you're Black and brown. But when you have someone who is of a different race, that helps to elevate the issue and appeal to others to look at their moral compass and really say, well, maybe they're not just playing the race card. Maybe it is more real. And I was talking to Christina about something that I was looking forward to talking to about this on this show. Was there are so many people that are anxious to divide us, especially in Texas and across the country. When you look at the growth of the minority community, particularly the Hispanic community. And there are a lot of people who want to put a wedge between the Hispanic and African-American community, because when we come together, Christina, as a combined force, the Anglos know there's no stopping us, right? They know that they can't do anything. So they try to put a wedge between us. And so I am so proud to say that I love working with John and Christina, Jean, and Hubert, and our Asian brothers and sisters. And we have a great, multifaceted, multicultural, diverse group of stakeholders that are working to denounce hate and building bridges. And that was part of what we did when we came together for voting rights and criminal justice reforms and healthcare. And so I want people to know that we're going to continue to denounce anybody who tries to divide us because we're different. Maybe I'm African American, she's Hispanic, but we have a great Black brown coalition in this state, and we're not going to let anyone come between us and divide us to conquer and stay empowered. That is really what it's all about. They want to stay in power, and I don't care if it's someone who's African American, I'm going to push back on it. If it's someone who's Hispanic, Asian, I don't care, Black, white, whatever, I'm going to push back on it, because I believe, and I can say that as chair of the Texas Legislative Black Caucus, that I need my Hispanic brothers and sisters to march arm in arm with me to fight the good fight, to speak truth to power, to go against many of the repressive policies under the MAGA movement. We can't do it by ourselves. We need to join forces. Together, everyone achieves more. United we stand, divided we fall. So, John, I totally agree with you. I had to get that off my chest. I feel relieved now. That was part of my therapy, because I keep seeing it over and over again, and it just disgusts me. And there's so many people who want to see us fight. They want to see us. I saw it at HISD. I still see it. And I'm so proud to have people like Christina and John.
I was trying to call back in because I wanted us to have more of the conversation.
Ron, well said. I mean, we already work together. We belong to many of the same caucuses. We believe in unity, and together we're stronger. So I appreciate your words. John, did you want to add to that? I know you missed some of the conversation. I don't know if you heard.
I did. I don't know what happened. I got cut off. I'm so grateful to be back on with you, because what Ron was saying, just as I lost contact, was about how important it is for folks to see us in unity, presenting this unified front and working together on these things, just like you said. And I think it's so important when we Well, first, it's our diversity that makes us stronger.
Yes,
It enriches
yes.
us all when we embrace each other's cultures. And it's the ignorance and the not understanding of each other that leads to this sort of fear and ignorance and hate sort of all go hand in hand. And when you start mixing together, and you sit together, eat together, talk together, you start recognizing that our humanity has much more in common with each other than the things that are different about us. And so when we embrace each other's cultures, it brings us together. And
Absolutely.
and every time I mix with folks, I always learn new and beautiful things about them and their culture, and it just makes me grow even fonder.
And we appreciate you for showing up, John, because, Ron and I come from communities of color. And then when we have somebody like you come and show up, it just really, it's very, very powerful. So we appreciate you. And, the three of us together, we all went to DC and fought for democracy. I will never forget that.
Yes.
And, it was a fight that we continue to have, sadly,
Yeah.
I know.
John,
but if I'm going to be in the fight, I could not pick better folks to be shoulder to shoulder with than you guys.
John, you remind me of, back in the civil rights movement, before the Voting Rights Act was enacted, they had those freedom rides in the 60s where they had people of the Jewish faith and they had people that were of color, and they banded together and they risked their lives, and some of them didn't make it alive. But they were martyrs, and they were fighting the good fight because they believed in freedom and democracy, and they believed that they wanted to denounce hate and racism and racial divide and Jim Crow laws. And thankfully, because of them, we are able to serve today because of the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965 and the Civil Rights Act of 1964. But it wasn't been if it wasn't for those sacrifices, if it wasn't for those who paved the way for us, whose shoulders we stand on today. So our forefathers, that's why we have to continue to fight, because we can't go backwards. We can't let them take us back to those dark days. So we're so grateful for your friendship, but more importantly, for your willingness to fight and to be engaged.
Yes.
With 95% of the growth in this state over the last decade was Black, Brown, and Asians. And we're so proud to have you as one of our brothers in this fight.
Oh, you bet. And I'm proud to be in it. So keep inviting me. And I want to put in a plug for the Dia del Salvadorania, which is going to be coming up this
Woohoo!
week.
Yes.
Right? You guys been talking about that?
Yes.
So my wife is a Salvadoranian. We are so excited to go to
we
this.
We love your wife. And that is going to be on Domingo 23 de Octubre. So the 23rd of October from 12 to 10 p.m. at Bayland Park. I'm kind of blind.
6400 Bissonnette Street.
Thank you. I couldn't see the
6400 Bissonnette Street, Bayland Park. It's going down. We have tickets we're giving away today.
Look at this. Oh my gosh.
Tell them what we got, Christina.
We've got tons of tickets to Dia del Salvadoreño in Houston 2022. And so these are free tickets. How do people, they call in and get these? Okay, call in. And then you can come and pick up your tickets here at Gilbert's office. And let me tell you, there's a lot of tickets here. So we really want a great turnout for this event. John, I know I'm going to see you there with your wife.
I will definitely. We will be there. I was at Gilbert's office last week, so I picked up a handful of those tickets.
Great.
I'm coming. I'm bringing mi hermanos y hermanas, my brothers and sisters, my wife's family. We're all coming together.
All right. The number to call in is 832-570-8075, 832-570-8075. Call in, get those tickets. It's going to be a fantastic show. I'm going to be there. I appreciate Daisy and Mauricio for inviting me. I was there at City Hall when we had a recognition, and but right now I know we got some callers holding, so we don't want to delay them. Let's get our next caller on the line.
John, thanks for calling in.
We love you, brother.
Okay, Christina's on the line.
A tip one.
Christina, hi. Good morning.
Hi, Christina.
Christina,
too.
did y'all plan this? Where are all the Rons at?
I know. Well, thank y'all for filling in for Gilbert this week. Lately you guys on the show have been talking all about the election coming up, reminding us voting. I, of course, myself, and I'm of the younger voter bloc, and I have to say, every year I vote every election year, but I do find that every time I get to the voting booth, I get a little overwhelmed with how many positions there are and issues and names, and sometimes it's a lot to swim through, and I'll try to do some quick research the week before. But I was wondering what your advice is for maybe young people or people maybe new to voting on how we can inform ourselves on what all of these issues are on the ballot, who these people are, what these positions are, how we're supposed to, how can we, get informed well ahead of time so that we are proud of what we're voting for and feel good about our choices when we get to the polls.
Christina, part of our job is to reach out to you and make sure that you know who we are. And there are so many people to vote for. In the past, we used to have straight ticket voting where you could just vote all in one party, but they got rid of that. So it does make it a little.
Let's just be clear. I hope Gilbert may not invite me back, but I'm gonna keep it real. The far right Republicans, because of the Democratic strength in Harris County and part of the Black Girl Magic and others who were winning seats in Harris County and other urban areas, they didn't like that anymore. They thought the straight ticket voting, that there were so many people on the ballot that if they took away straight ticket voting, they wouldn't go down the ballot. That's why they got rid of it.
Yes.
So I'm just going to keep it real. The far right Republicans got rid of it.
And they got rid of drive-through voting.
Yes.
They got rid of 24-hour voting. My
Yes.
niece works in the restaurant industry, and 24-hour voting was excellent for people who work in restaurants, because you get out of work at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, you could still go vote. But listen, there are some amazing resources out there. The League of Women
I was
Voters.
Gonna say, it's beautiful. It's great.
And
That's
they
a
do
great
like
resource.
a description
it's a
of
nonpartisan
everyone.
race.
Yes.
You can look at everyone's responses. And Christina, I want to encourage you to do that. Do your due diligence. It's so important that young people don't sit this one out. I've heard from a lot of young people that the last election or the before, what's the point? They haven't really voted and got that excitement since Obama or Bernie. To choose is on the ballot.
Yes.
Right. Meaningful gun reforms. It's on the ballot. It's sad and it sickens me as a parent to see slaughter after slaughter from school shootings when we can prevent or at least minimize some of it with some common sense gun reforms. I'm talking about red flag laws, raising the age on assault rifles. I'm talking about, universal background checks. These are some simple things, Christina, that we can do. But until we get people in office that put people before the values of the NRA and their profits.
People before
politics. So there's so many. If you believe in climate change is real, if you're sick and tired of situations that like Winter Storm Uri happening where we can't keep the lights on in the cold or the heat, then we need you to go vote and vote your values. That is why you can't sit this one out. So we need you, Christina, to help us get the message out there.
We need the millennials.
We got to have them.
We really do. And let me just say, give a plug in too for Clubs in Action, who's been doing an amazing job.
Absolutely.
They've been block walking every week, especially on the weekends. Please get involved with that organization. And have you heard about the Reach app yet?
Yeah. Oh my God. Shree told me about it.
Yes.
That is phenomenal.
Please download the Reach app. There's trainings every night at 7 p.m. And this is a way.
I think it's 2 million Texans.
Yes. If we have enough votes in the state of Texas, in our county, to really make an impact on the next election. But so many people in our own community just say, it's not important that I vote because we're not going to win.
Yep.
Why, abortion's outlawed in Texas and it's going to stay that way. No, we have to stand up. We have to get out and vote. And it does take time. And we encourage you to vote early, take advantage of showing up early so that you can take
October 24th.
Yes, and show up early and go all the way down the ballot.
Yeah, next Monday, a week from today. A week from today.
Download that Reach app. It is so powerful because if you're not big on block walking and phone banking, How about you phone bank your own family?
Woo, yes. How about
And you-
that? Yes.
And you find out, hey, you know what? My cousin didn't vote yet. Let me call him up and
Yeah.
say, hey, can you go vote for my rights and as a woman
Yeah.
in the state of Texas? And, hold our family accountable. We need every single vote will make a huge difference in every election.
And you know what, Christina? Both Christinas, but Christina, the
Yeah.
caller. We need young people to use their platforms, their social media, their TikTok, their Instagram, their Facebook accounts. I know Facebook's antiquated, but all of their social media to encourage other young people. This needs to be a movement, just like it's a great concert. You're promoting it or, making a Stallion's new deal or whatever. You're like, hey, you need to check this out. We need to have that same energy and movement for voting. Girl, I'm going on the first day, whatever it is. I don't know. But this election is so critical to our democracy. Christina and I need you and your millennials to go vote in record numbers so that when we go back to Austin for the next session, we have a different outlook. We have people that believe in healthcare access. Texas, unfortunately, leads the nation in the highest percentage of uninsured. Black women lead in maternal deaths. They don't even want to release the data until after the election because they know it's bad. We Black and brown people have the highest unemployment, highest uninsured. I don't know about you, but I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. We need our young people to go vote. So, Christina, whatever you can do to help us mobilize, to engage our young millennials, our young people to go vote, we need you to be an ambassador to help us to get them out.
Thanks for calling in, Christina.
Yeah, thank y'all. Okay, so you said the Reach app, you said the League of Women Voters is a good resource too. Any more you can think of?
What other ones? I mean, I like the League of Women Voters. They just do such a thorough job.
They do a great job.
Yes.
I mean, those are the things I would
and
recognize.
And it's nonpartisan,
exactly.
So you can really make your own decision. A lot of the other ones, they kind of pick
Correct.
their candidate,
Yes,
and
they do. Right.
Yeah,
and then they have young groups like the Young Democrats, the College Democrats. They have the Young Republicans, the all that. But I don't know about those groups.
No.
But I know about. I'm just saying. I know about the Young Dems, and they're great. They have some fantastic millennial leaders. So I would just suggest you go and take a look at them.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Christina. Have a blessed
Thank you.
day.
Spread
We
the
appreciate
word.
you calling.
Thank y'all.
What's great questions you asked. Thank you.
Okay, now we have Pastor Montes on the line. Hola, Pastor Montes.
Hola, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, brother.
Thanks for calling in.
Absolutely.
We got some faith base in this house. All right.
Woohoo.
It's an honor. It's an honor. Thank you for the invitation.
Well, tell us what's on your mind. This is a Moral Monday. We need you to give us some good thoughts and some good vibes.
Okay, who am I speaking
to? This is
here?
Representative Ron Reynolds
and Representative Christina Morales.
Oh, thank you. It's such an honor to be with you. First of all, Mr. Reynolds, I wanted to thank you personally. You issued a certificate of recognition for my father-in-law, the bishop.
Yes,
Awesome.
I did. Yeah.
61 years of ministry, and he departed here from this world about a month and a half ago. So it was very, very honoring, the tribute that we were able to give him, and with that recognition, it just added a special touch. Thank you so much for your help in that.
No, it was my pleasure. It's an honor to talk to you, and I was happy to coordinate with Daisy and Mauricio to help get that done, and that's what it's all about. I mean, paying tribute to those who have meant a lot in our community, and as a state representative, that is one of the honors that and privileges that I have to be able to do and recognize that. I thank you for letting me be a part of it, and I look forward to continuing to work with you in the future.
Absolutely. We are here to serve in our community.
Amen.
Thank you so much. Pastor, while we have you on the line, I want to share an announcement and that I hope that you will be a part of. One of the issues that we are facing in the next legislative session is, there's a lot of gun violence going on in our state.
Yes.
And it is actually mass shootings, and gun violence is the #1 killer of children in our state, which is a very, very sad statistic. And I will tell you, Ron, I don't know if you know this, but I went to Uvalde a couple of weeks
Oh,
ago.
wonderful.
And I got to visit with the families, and they are just so distraught.
Right.
They've been trying to work on legislation at the federal level.
Yes.
And they've had some good progress. I mean, it's not everything that we want,
Right,
but of
right.
course, even the money for red flag laws won't funnel down in here to Texas because our governor will not accept that money, which is
That's
outrageous.
insane. That makes no sense.
But they asked our governor for one small request. They had one small request, and they said, Governor Abbott, please change the age to purchase an assault weapon to 21. Currently, it's 18 years old. And the governor just flat out told them no. So I want to, and Ron, I hope you'll be a part of this too. On Dia de los Muertos, November the 1st, we are going to have a Marcha de los Niños, and we are going to be remembering the children of Uvalde on a day that is very significant to the Latino community. And we're going to remember all of the victims of gun violence and mass shootings in our state, but particularly these people in Uvalde who have felt left out. There's been no marches, no, you know, when George Floyd passed away, we had a march.
Right.
When Vanessa Guillen passed away, yes. And so, but we've done nothing, and there are 19 children, 2 teachers, so a total of 21. So we say 21 por 21. We say change the age to 21 for these 21 lives that are lost. It's going to be at Antioch Park. We start the march at 5:30 on November 1st, and then we'll walk to City Hall, and we're going to have a beautiful ofrenda to memorialize and remember these families.
Can you share some of that information with us?
Absolutely. And we are doing a press release, so it will be in the news, and Telemundo has already agreed to to announce this for us. And, you know, I'm so grateful that when I shared this idea with the Mexican American Legislative Caucus, they agreed that this should be a statewide event.
Absolutely.
And so there will be one in Austin. There will be one in Dallas. There'll be in El Paso, in San Antonio. And why couldn't this grow to a national level?
It needs to be
a national level to remember these families whose lives will never be the same. And I hope that you pray for them on a daily basis. They are really struggling with this. And I hope to see you on that day, November 1st.
Absolutely. Can I address that with something from Scripture?
Please do.
Okay. I believe that's why you wanted me to call in.
Yes,
right?
Let's hear it. Please do.
Yes.
Okay. So in 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1, the Bible says, therefore I exhort first of all that supplications, prayers, intercessions, and giving of thanks be made for all men, for kings and all who are in authority. So it says that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and reverence. For this is good and acceptable in the sight of God our Savior, who desires all men to be saved. So, you know, there's a saying that says that everything rises and falls with leadership.
Yes.
So really everything that we're seeing in our world today, in our society, it really starts with the leadership and the decisions that leaders make about stuff like that. And of course, there's a lot of victims and people that get, you know, caught in the crossfire of all that. And it's sad. It's sad what's happened in Uvalde and other places. But everything starts from the top. Everything starts with decisions that are made by leaders. Therefore, we as a Christian community, we are called upon in the Word of God, through the Word of God. We are exhorted, we are admonished to pray. And this is why I'm here today, because I want to pray. And we want our people to be praying, because why is it important that we pray for our kings? Not just we don't need to just criticize them. We need to pray for them so that they will make good decisions, so they will vote the way they need to vote, not for their benefit or their convenience, but what's best for the people that elected them to begin with. And it says so that we may lead a peaceful, quiet life. So it's in our benefit when leaders that are in office are making the right choices and decisions and voting properly. We benefit because we can live in peace. And unfortunately, people are not feeling safe these days. and it's a terrible situation. So really, to get to the bottom of the issue is praying for our leaders, right? And that's why we need to pray for you, Ron. We need to pray for the congresswoman. We need to pray for the representative. I'm sorry. We need to pray for. Maybe I'm prophesying something.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, man, brother, I feel it. I was like shaking the head. So we touch and agree, Pastor.
Hey, don't limit God, right? On what he can do. Nothing's impossible.
Well, Thank you so much, Pastor.
We need to pray for our governor.
Yes.
We need to pray for our mayor.
Yes.
We need to pray for everyone that's involved in city council and
yes,
government, counties,
yes,
federal. We just need to pray, and that's our role. I'm not a politician.
Right.
I'm just a preacher, but I know that when leaders when we are praying for leaders, we are praying that the right. See, this is what prayer does. Praying for our leaders results in an atmosphere, the right atmosphere that's conducive to the spreading of the gospel and the truth, because that's what sets the people free. That's what sets men free. It's the truth of the gospel that reaches our communities and reaches people where they are. So we need to pray for our leaders so it can result in creating the right atmosphere for truth to be preached and for people to be set free and delivered, and they will find peace and that we can live together in peace, with one another. So
Pastor, if I could just add one quick thing to that. I totally agree with you. I believe in the power of prayer, and I believe that prayer and faith is the foundation. But also, my faith also teaches me that faith without works is dead. And I believe that it takes more than just hopes and prayers. That we need action. That's why we need people to go vote. We can't just pray for peace. We actually have to work towards peace and elect people that believe in those same values. So I believe that it's a two-part equation: prayer and then work, faith and correct. Then work.
Yes.
And so I'm hoping that more and more people will get involved and get engaged, because you can say, well, I pray for a healing, and then someone says, well, let me take you to the doctor, and you say, no, I'm just praying for it, but I'm not going to go to the doctor. I'm not going to take my medicine. So it takes both. It takes prayer, and God gives us ways to help us, and then sometimes we don't even take advantage of it. So, Pastor, you're right on the money, and I'm so grateful that you called in the show today. I hope that we can get more and more people involved and engaged, and certainly Representative Morales, I look forward to November the 1st, all of us working together, coming together to make sure that those lost lives are not forgotten.
That is correct. Yes. We must never forget. We appreciate you calling in, Pastor. I think we have one more caller that we're trying to get in before the show is over. And I hope to see you on November 1st. Thank you, Pastor.
Thank you so much.
God bless you. God bless you.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
All right. Do we have one more caller? Dr. Kathy.
Whoa, Dr. Kathy.
Hi, Dr. Kathy.
Watch out now. Y'all get ready. Uh-oh. Oh.
Well.
Look
this
at
is
here.
Dr. Kathy Tatum with Collaborating Voices. I want to give a shout out to Brother Gilbert, always on the front line.
Yes.
Texas Democratic Women Metro. I am a member of Moms Demand Action. I am a fellow of Every Town of Gun Safety. But I will do a two-part before I announce our event on the 25th. Of course, when Ron says get ready, I'm always going to be the words of when people say the Black and brown people are not coming to vote, we are not really talking about the real issues. The one issue with the seniors, they cannot stand in line that long. When they call MetroLift, it could be 8 hours. When I say 8 hours, 2 hours of waiting on your ride. They do not wait for the senior. They drive off, and then the senior is stuck and can't wait until they vote, and then they got to get back in their car. If we're going to get people to vote, we need transportation for our seniors. We can't just rely on public transportation, and then they don't have that long to wait in that line. So that's one issue.
Okay.
The other issue that I'm going to continue, Ron, you know how I am about nonprofits.
Yes.
5% in the whole United States funding goes to Black and brown nonprofits. And I want to explain that. Yes, black and brown is on the commercial, is on the brochure, and maybe be the spokesperson in our neighborhoods. But the board is not black and brown. They do not come out their office. It's a systematic problem. I saw a fundraiser yesterday, but they raised $3 million within 30 minutes. But if the black and brown gave the same incentives, they might come across with $200 to $1,500. When we sit there and there's a big difference, guys, between grassroots organization and boots on the ground. I am boots on the ground. When I come in my neighborhood, I'm bringing clothes, bills paid, food. I'm not just distribution. So when my people are telling me, hey, I don't really feel like voting because every time I see my politicians, it's at a distribution. You can't even tell them that there's a bill paid because they're taking pictures with each other, but they fail to talk to the actual people. And if I'm sitting here saying I'm about to get evicted, they're going to give me a card to say, call my office. So we got to get back to, if we're really going to have a event or a function, we need tables where they're really going to pay some bills. Baker Ripley's going to pay right then and there. Come with your bills, your past due. That's how it used to be a couple years ago. Not let me call this number, and call this number. And Black and Brown, I'm Black-led nonprofit, Collaborating Voices Foundation. I am part of over 26 different organizations, and I gotta beg. If I have somebody homeless right now, I can't get through 211. So when people are saying they don't want to vote no more because our neighborhoods are not changing, our government procurement, we are not getting the grants. The RFP process is taking too long for black and brown boots on the ground. If we're out here every day, we don't have time of our counterparts that's sitting in the office looking pretty, taking pictures with our politicians. They're not out here and really know what's going on. So that is my soapbox. I'm gonna keep pushing this. And we're never going to change nothing if you never give the money to the people that people are actually getting the money for. Let us that were born black, raised black kids, and I'm married to a black man and I can't get black dollars. That's a problem. And I will say I'm also Latino because I'm black and Latino. So shout out to my Latino family. Okay. So
Wow.
That's what I got to say. We're never going to change that until that's an issue actually being made and until we start doing events. Now, let me go ahead and on a happy note. On October 25th, if you guys are available and our city is available, please meet me at TSU. As you know, it's the homecoming.
It's homecoming for the Tigers.
It's homecoming. But I will be there with the Center for Biomedical and Minority Health Research. If you did not know, my board member, Azeb, y'all know her all in the neighborhood, especially Gofton. Her new job started today, so shout out to Azeb. If y'all don't know Azeb, she is now with TSU, and we are looking for black and brown people to do, get their breasts checked, get their colon checked, get all this stuff checked, because if we're going to fight for funding, like I said, we need people to promote being checked, because as a nonprofit, what you guys don't see is when I have to go take food to somebody that is black and brown that can't afford it, not at a distribution, but at their house, or pick them up from the doctor. So we need to make sure that our black and brown are getting searched, and also research where they fill out what their needs are. We don't just say, let's just do a mammogram, but is your rent paid? Do you have a working refrigerator? Those things are very important, because when you're going through illness, it doesn't do us no good to give them a box of canned vegetables and they ain't got no refrigerator or stove working. So
Right.
we got to get better in the black and brown
No,
neighborhood.
we appreciate you
Thank
sharing that
you.
with us. That is so important. October 25th, TSU, what time? So we can
4 to 8.
What time?
4 to 8.
Okay. And is there a building or a location?
Well, we gonna be over there by the campus of and also they can do virtual, but it's actually, you'll see our signs, everything.
Okay,
You'll
perfect.
see a big sign that says CBMHR.
Got it. Well, thank you so much,
Thanks
Dr.
for
Tatum.
calling
We're at the
in.
end of the show. We appreciate you getting that
Get
in.
out
You
the boat,
a wealth of
Yes.
information. You dropped some knowledge,
vote.
Dr. Tatum, and we're so grateful for you sharing
Very
and always
grateful.
being engaged. So thank you. Have a blessed
Thank you,
day.
Ron.
Thank you.
Talk
God
to
bless
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Ron, I have some announcements.
Let's hear it. Yeah, come on. Give it to me.
Because we got just a couple of
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
So don't forget about the Marcha de los Niños on November 1st.
Yes.
Do we have any Hamilton fans, like Lin-Manuel
Yes.
fans?
What?
He will be in
Get out of
Houston
here. I want to go.
tomorrow.
I want to go.
He's doing a rally for Beto O'Rourke and Rochelle Garza at Escapade in the north side at 111-903 East Tex Freeway. You got to be there.
Oh,
my
hey.
God. I'm a huge
Me too.
Hamilton
Can I get an
fan
autograph?
and Encanto,
Yeah.
all the work that he's done. And
I'm gonna be like a groupie. Can I get a
yes,
picture?
I'm gonna have to fight my way up to get a picture. I might even ask him for an autograph. But
Okay.
I wanted to remind folks that he'll
give
be.
us the location.
Yes, it's going to be at Escapade, 111-903 East Tex Freeway. Hope to see you there.
You didn't tell the time.
Yes, and it starts at 7 p.m. and
Okay.
that's tomorrow, Tuesday, the 18th.
Woohoo!
Yes. I want to also talk about John Rosenthal called in earlier, and he comes to our event every year. We have a Death by Chocolate event at my business at Morales Funeral Home.
I'm kind of scared.
I know. And so we try to make an event where people aren't scared of a funeral home. They actually come and have like a little Halloween style, but it's turned into this amazing Dia de los Muertos celebration. And we have a huge silent auction. We're going to have a Dia de los Muertos fashion runway show. Gilbert, of course, comes through with flying colors and one
Gilbert
of our
is
best.
the man.
Woohoo, Gilbert, we love you for that. And of course, all the money we raise is going to some local nonprofits
that's
that
great.
support art. Ronnie Cabrera is one of them. She's out there in this area of East Tex where Beto's actually going to be tomorrow, but in Lin-Manuel, but she's teaching art classes to young kids who wouldn't
Nice.
otherwise be exposed.
Nice.
And then just don't forget about our Marcha de los Niños on November 1st.
And then we got these tickets.
Yes,
Again,
the Dia
you got to
del
call in
Salvadoreño.
832-570-8075. Get these tickets. This show is going to be
Yes.
amazing. We're
I'm
so excited.
about this. Yes, this is going to be so fun. We need everybody to come out and listen, y'all. Please, everybody needs to be an engaged voter this time around.
Yes.
You know,
That is, I think that is the best way to end the show, to talk about voting. I want to
Yes.
say there are so many people, as I mentioned earlier, who struggled, who sacrificed, who gave their life, who were literally, they died seeking the right to vote. There was once upon a time the Black and brown people couldn't vote, women couldn't vote. And now in 2022, there are some, believe it or not, it's true, who want to limit us from voting. That's why they passed Senate Bill 1. That's why they made it harder to vote and easier to purchase a gun. It's easier to go get a gun than it is to vote. Think about that. The most fundamental, precious right we have is the right to vote. That is the bedrock of our democracy. And too many of you who are listening, maybe not you, but someone you know, that's why they need to get on that Reach app, aren't voting. So, Christina, you're right. We need to get our young people fired up, but particularly it's a call of action to, I want to say, our Black and brown communities. Those are the marginalized communities that is on the chopping blocks when it comes to access to healthcare and jobs and these criminal justice reforms. Many of these disparities and unemployment and healthcare and adverse living conditions. That is why you need to vote, and vote for people like Christina that care about you and working families.
yes, and you as well.
Oh,
But there's so many issues that we need to prioritize, and we can't be just single issue.
no,
We've got to think about everything that you just said, the gun violence that's going on. The COVID response by our
Yes,
governor was
yes.
horrible. We had so many people in our communities died that we
Right.
had the most amount of deaths were in the Black and brown
That's right.
communities. We should be outraged.
And
Not letting kids wear masks
yes,
in
that's
school.
insane.
Insane.
Critical race theory.
Yes.
It's insane.
I mean,
And then Christina,
so crazy.
I got to put this in because we're in the Houston area. GLO is blocking millions and millions of dollars for access to affordable housing that the city of Houston can't get, that they're fighting. These are federal funds
Outrageous.
that have been allocated to Houstonians. And the Republicans are playing politics with Mayor Turner. So yes, you need to vote. You need to vote your values. There's so many things on the ballot: climate, education, gun safety.
Yes,
so many,
gun
we can go on and
safety.
on and
Oh,
on.
my
Women's right to
goodness.
choose,
Yes.
access to healthcare. We're one of 12 states with no Medicaid expansion. Billions of dollars, over $100 billion has went to other states because of this nonsense of Obamacare. That is ridiculous. And people are
so
dying
bad.
every day, literally dying every day.
Yes.
So
I agree with you.
yeah, this time went by too fast. We
It
need more time,
did.
Gilbert.
Wow, Gilbert, we had so much fun.
This was so much fun. Oh my
Yes,
God.
I
I'm
know.
so blessed to share this opportunity with you, Christina. And I can't thank Gilbert enough for always giving back to the community, whether it's MLK, Juneteenth. He's really been so much to so many people, giving back. I mean, John Torres, he helped with get that the unfortunate the mural.
Oh,
Yeah.
Joe Campos
Joe
Torres.
Campos
Yes,
Torres. That was
yes,
amazing. He helped
yes.
lead that
I
effort.
know.
So many things that he's
know.
done over the years. It's too many to name, and we're out of time. But thank you, Gilbert, for all you do
Yes.
to give back.
Yes, early voting starts October 24th.
Yes.
There, you can't register to vote anymore.
Well, you can register, but you can't register in time to vote for this election.
Yes, that's right.
You'll be registered for the
Sorry.
next one.
That's correct. So to vote in this next election, you have to already be registered. And there are enough of us registered out
Yes.
there. So get all your family and friends out there. Vote early. It does take a while. There are a lot of things to vote for. But we were excited to be here today.
This was awesome.
This was a great experience.
Yeah, don't wait till November 8th. Vote early.
Yes. Gilbert,
starting October 24th.
and Gilbert, thanks for reminding folks to vote.
Yes. He's
every
using
show.
his resources to
Yes.
educate and empower people. And I've seen the billboards. Oh my God, the billboards are in Fort Bend. I drive by reminding people to vote. I'm in 3rd Ward. I see it. I mean, he's everywhere. It's amazing. That's a great public service announcement. So what a great reminder to GOTV. I love
Okay.
it.
We'll see you. Bye.
God bless everybody. Thank you.
This is Gilbert Andrew Garcia. Listen to my radio show, A Tip from Gilbert. Talk, inspiration, and prayer every Monday from 11 a.m. till noon on Houston's gospel leader, KWWJ. 1360 AM and streaming live on kwwj.org. Listen on the legendary KYOK 1140 AM and streaming live on kyokradio.org. KCOH 1230 AM, The Source. On Send Geek Radio 95.1 FM 1460 AM. And Aliento Radio 101.7 FM and 1540 AM. Call in at 832-570-8075 and follow me on social media. See you then.